Hey guys, so I just left my house. I'm headed up to Indiana to pick up another load. This is going to be a bumper pull going to Mesa, Arizona, 26 foot long. It's not anything I'm really excited about, but I held out as long as I could. I've been trying to find a load since Friday, but everything's been so slow with the shutdown. You know, they had the manufacturer shutdown. I think it was 2 weeks for inventory. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. Also, you know, they kind of had a part shortage and some other issues going on. That's kind of had everything slow right now, but they've had loads hitting the board still. It's just not been anything that I really wanted. And then this popped up, and on my end, I actually called them a couple of times because the load board had been freezing up, and what that's from is you got 2,000 drivers trying. My guess is 2,000 drivers trying to fight over 60 loads that come out, and it crashes the load board pretty much. So that's kind of my take on it. But I saw this one came up and it got me moving, so I grabbed it, and it'll probably be kind of late when I get there, so I don't know if I get any video hooking up or anything, but I'll do what I can. And I also got another clip, I'll try to put that in right here, of the mud flap that I got at Dan's. When I had installed, I didn't really think about it, and then I looked at it. If you didn't see the other video, it looked really tight, like it was made really tight around the spare tire, and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get the spare tire in and out very easily. But like I said, Dan's, they do this all the time. They really know their stuff. What a bump. But they really know their stuff, and you know, if they'd know if they did one and it had issues, they would change it up, you know. But it worked out pretty good. I'm really happy with the mud flap, and I'm pretty sure it's also going to work out good whenever I put a full-size wheel and tire back under it. It looks like there'll be plenty of room for that. So very happy with the mud flap. As tight of a fit as that looked to be, I was really concerned it wouldn't have enough room to come out without hitting the differential or the mud flap. It would just be aggravating, but it came right out, went right back in. I did have a 13mm socket on a drill that I used to raise and lower the tire, and that made things a whole lot easier, so I could work the drill with one hand and got it with the other. Worked out really good. 26 foot Olympia bumper pull. Now when I got over there last night, it was kind of late. It was kind of dark. I checked all the important stuff and went in, pulled it out, and got it over here. And I did not put my weight distribution on. They're starting to make it mandatory. If it's a bumper pull, it has to have weight distribution, and I understand that completely. Not arguing it, just didn't feel like doing it last night, so I'm gonna do it now. And I figured I would set the camera up and show you guys how it goes on. But I checked went around and inspected for damages last night in the dark, and just kind of looking over it again to make sure I didn't miss anything. I've already walked around it this morning, but pretty cool trailer. It doesn't seem to be dragging a lot. I'm used to the big trailers, so this one doesn't really seem like there's nothing to it, you know. This one seems like it's going to pull really, really good, and it looks like I'll actually even get a little fuel mileage on it. But anyway, let's get to putting the weight distribution on so I can get out of here. Now, I kind of got everything out back here. Things that I love and hate about the Gen Y weight distribution setup. One of the cons about it is once you put it on, it sets everything so far out because you've got an extra step in there. Usually you just slide this piece straight into the receiver, but on this you've also got this piece. Now what that does is gives the trailer leverage on your truck to kind of walk it around back and forth. Without the weight distribution, it's a lot worse. But it also gives me enough room I can let my tailgate down. If I didn't have that, most of the time the tailgate catches right here on the buttons. So I do like that. now you're gonna have these brackets, and all depends on the last trailer that you pulled, how far the bolt will be in. Go ahead and open it up pretty good. You don't have to open it all the way, but pretty good. And just unscrew it till it'll drop right down on the edge of the trailer frame, right like that. And you take either bar, it doesn't matter which one. And all these are pretty much the same. This one's a slight bit different. But just take your bar, put it into the weight distribution hitch, and you let it fall around. And then move this directly over top. You can pick up this case and put it under it a little bit. Just don't hurt the propane cover. You want them, when you pull the chain up, you want it straight up and down. The next step is to let this jack all the way back down, because you have to pick the weight up off your trailer. What you're looking for is when it comes up, you're looking for that hitch to get loose. You want it the way I do it. I'm not saying it's the correct way, but the way I do it. As soon as the hitch sets down on the ball before it starts squatting the truck at all, that's when you want to set your weight distribution up. That way when you let the weight down on the truck, that's when it applies the weight. Instead of loading it all on the back axle, the drive axle, it spreads it to the front axle, the steer axle, and onto the back axle on the trailer. And that's basically the purpose for these things. But they help a lot in the wind, and that's why I'm putting them on, because if I was going north or south, I wouldn't worry about it so much. But going to Mesa, Arizona, I've got caught in the wind out there more than a few times. And just because it's a small trailer doesn't mean that it's gonna, the heavier trailer to me actually does better in the wind. The lighter trailer actually flies like a kite. I just saw the ball and the coupler get a little bit of slack in between the two. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set my chains up. Now, when you're tightening this up, you see that I got the little bitty wrench. It does not have to be tight. The weight, the force of the chains pulling down are going to keep it on. I mean, you don't want to pinch, knock off, press a hole in the frame or anything like that. I just bring it down hand tight and then go maybe a quarter turn, and that'll be sufficient. And then taking this chain, normally I leave 2 links hanging loose. You make sure both sides have the same amount of links on it, on your bars, and if it does, bring this all the way down. And normally, 2 links will get it. Now, that may not work. I may have to adjust it later. That's still got it pulled down at a pretty hard pull, but I think that's gonna be about right. So I'm gonna grab my bar and cam it over. When you get it cammed over, there's a key that looks like that, a lock, and you slide it through the holes, and then it locks it in place. It will not let it come loose. The problem with these is when you're storing them, if you don't store those little pins separate, they'll come off. But as long as they got pressure on them and as long as they're mounted on the trailer, they won't come off. All right, guys, I went ahead and raised the jack up, and here are, I'll try to get a shot of both of these because I know you didn't get to see as I was putting both of them on. I don't like that pin, but it has held on quite a bit. I've never had an issue with it coming loose, but I'm gonna try to find something different along the way. That's the correct pin that goes in it. There's my battery. They cut my cords too short and they almost didn't reach, but they did reach. Put your lock on, you know, this. This weight distribution has got notches cut in it. It wasn't something that I actually preferred. I like the other style better, but it was the right price from another driver that needed the money, so I went in and bought it from him. These are my chain links, my safety chain hookups that I bought to adapt to the GM style safety chains because they can be kind of a pain in the butt. Plus this gives me an extension to go from here back to here, because without those chains will be kind of tight with the added hitch part piece from the Gen Y hitch. And that's about got it. We'll get on the road. So I just stopped in here at the port of entry in New Mexico and went in and bought my permit. If you guys have never bought this permit, it is a single trip permit, and to the best of my understanding of it is they don't recognize the transport plate, so you're just buying like temporary registration to get across New Mexico. I was looking at it anyway. It's $29. I want to say the one in Wyoming is $20, and I had to stop in Arizona to buy another one. But I did get some good news earlier though. Called the place I'm delivering at yesterday, and the lady that I spoke with told me that I had to be there by 9 a.m. If I wasn't there by 9 a.m. I couldn't get loaded, couldn't deliver, and I'd have to wait until Tuesday. Said they're not open on Monday, so I would have to wait till Tuesday. And I've been kind of rushing up and trying to hurry and get there as quick as I can, and I called back just a few minutes ago and asked them if I got there overnight, if I got there tonight, would there be anywhere I could park till in the morning? And the guy said no, but he said, as long as you're here between 8 and 5, he said, we'll get you. I said, 8 and 5? Well, the lady I spoke with yesterday said it would be between, if I got there after 9:30, that y'all wouldn't receive it until Tuesday. And he said, well, I'm the one that's going to be checking you in, and I'll be here from 8 to 5, or 8 to 4. So that was a good deal. I've been kind of nervous about that, but everything has went pretty good. It's been a very smooth trip. I did run pretty hard yesterday. I wasn't really thinking about the videos. I was just kind of trying to hustle up to get on down here and make sure I can get unloaded. So that now I feel a little bit better about that, and the pressure's off. Don't have to worry about hustling and getting there so early in the morning. I'll still be there by lunch. I was just wanting to make sure nothing happened, no backups, no road work, nothing like that, and they held me up to make me late. But now that I got till 4 o'clock tomorrow, I've got time. So. Okay, guys, it's Saturday morning. I'm about 45 minutes from Mesa, Arizona, right outside of Phoenix. I'm on Interstate 17 coming from Flagstaff down to Phoenix is where I'm at right now. I did talk to the gentleman yesterday that's going to be receiving a trailer, and he told me that anytime between 8 and 4, which is, the first time I was under the impression they wanted there between 8 and 9 in the morning. From the time they opened, they said they wanted to get everything received in early in the morning, but the guy yesterday told me come on, it wasn't no big deal. So I kind of hustled that first day, and then the second day, yesterday I just kind of kicked back and relaxed a little bit and rode. And I got up pretty early this morning and figured I could finish it on out. But anyway, the view down there is just ridiculous. I know the camera doesn't pick up, it doesn't do justice to what it looks like in person, but it's just crazy. It's funny, you start running out this way and you see the different landscapes and the different things, and after a while you just kind of, I guess, go numb to it. It just kind of loses its appeal. But then when you don't come out here for a little bit, or you go a different way and you see some new scenery, it just kind of blows your mind all over again. So it is wet here in Mesa this morning, and I got here, got delivered. These are really good folks. Tom's Camperland in Mesa, Arizona. If you have an opportunity to deliver here, I would recommend it. I believe the young man's name was Jacob. He was really, really good. Once I got him on the phone, he told me everything I needed to know, and just super nice people. So, but it's fixing to start raining again. I want to try to get back out of town before it gets to raining too bad, because it's been a lot of water standing on the roads, and you know, how people drive when it gets wet. So this is a little bit of the drive after I left Mesa, headed back up toward Payson. I eventually came back out on 40 in Holbrook to come back across, but I just love the scenery out here. If I recorded everything I wanted to record, I would be recording all the time. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.